what sleeps remembers.
Welcome, traveller of stories. Tonight we open the gates to a world forgotten by time. An academy once filled with light, now shrouded in shadow. Within these ruins lies a tale of courage, betrayal, and redemption. You will walk beside Ethan and Emily as they step into forbidden halls, face echoes of the past, and challenge the darkness of Kravos himself. This is not merely a story of magic. It is the salvation of the innocent, the unveiling of secrets long buried. If you wish to follow us deeper into these hidden worlds, remember to subscribe, leave a like, ring the bell for notifications, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your voice shapes the journey, and together we keep the flame of these forgotten tales alive. So, ready yourself. The mist is parting, the lantern is lit, and the Forgotten Academy awaits. Chapter 4. Traces of Betrayal. The crack in the council chamber widened slowly, bleeding pale light across the ruined floor. Ethan, Emily, and Liora stood at the edge, staring into the chasm. What lay below was not merely stone, it was memory, a wound in the very soul of the academy. Ethan felt the shards in his hand vibrate, resonating with the pulse beneath. "It's calling us," he whispered. Emily shook her head firmly. "No, it's warning us." "There's a difference." But even as she spoke, her eyes drifted toward the light, her curiosity gnawing at her fear. Leora's voice came soft, mournful. "The wound leads to the archives, the place where the betrayal began. If you wish to understand, you must see it for yourselves." The stone beneath them shifted, forming a jagged stair that spiraled downward. Reluctantly, they followed, descending into the academy's deepest veins. The archives stretched before them, vast halls lined with shelves that reached into darkness. Books and scrolls lay scattered, their pages brittle and torn. Strange whispers drifted from the parchment itself, as if the texts remembered the hands that once held them. Emily reached for a tome lying open on the floor. The pages turned on their own, revealing ink that shifted like liquid shadow. Her lips parted in awe. They're council records, meetings, votes, spells, all of it, untouched for centuries. She leaned closer, too close. A line of shadow ink rose from the page, curling like a serpent. Ethan yanked her back just in time as the ink hissed, burning into the stone where her hand had been. The book snapped shut with a deafening crack. "They don't want us reading," Emily muttered, shaken. "Not all knowledge can be taken freely," Liora said, her pale form gliding ahead. The council guarded their secrets with blood and oath. To trespass was to invite the curse. They pressed deeper into the archives. Along the walls hung portraits of former council members. Most were faded, their faces smudged into obscurity. But one portrait remained sharp, too sharp. A man with piercing eyes, his hair dark as ink, his lips curved into a faint smile. The name beneath read, Kravos. Ethan's stomach tightened. So this is him. Leora's expression hardened. He was brilliant, charismatic. He spoke of freeing magic from rules, from chains. Many admired him. Too many. Emily studied the portrait, her voice low. "And he betrayed you all?" Before Liora could answer, the air shifted. A presence thickened in the hall, heavy and suffocating. The portrait's eyes glimmered faint red, and the faint smile widened. The shadows around them rippled. From between the shelves emerged figures, not wandering students, but robed council members, their forms twisted, hollowed by betrayal. Their faces bore marks of anguish, mouths sewn shut, eyes replaced with glowing embers. Ethan drew the crystal shard, its glow faint but steady. "We can fight them." "No," Liora warned sharply. "These are not echoes. They are the keepers of betrayal, guardians forged by Kravos himself. To fight them is to feed them." Chapter 5. The Price of the Talisman. The ashes of the ledger still lingered in the air, glowing faintly before vanishing into nothing. Yet the word they had formed, "welcome," clung to Ethan's mind like a brand. He tightened his grip on the shard until his knuckles whitened. Emily, her palm blistered from touching the ledger, wrapped her hand in a strip of cloth torn from her sleeve. She tried to smile, but the strain showed in her eyes. "If this is Kravos's idea of a welcome, I'd hate to see his idea of hospitality." Liora's glow flickered uneasily. "He toys with you." The betrayal weakened the academy, but it also bound Kravos deeper into its foundations. Each step you take feeds him, yet it also reveals his wounds. If you are wise, you can turn that against him. They pressed onward through the archives until the hall opened into a smaller chamber. Here, unlike the ruined shelves behind them, the room seemed almost intact. A great circle was carved into the floor, inlaid with silver runes. At its centre rested a pedestal, and upon it lay a sword. Ethan froze. The blade shimmered faintly, its edge flawless, its hilt bound in runes that glowed the same blue as the map in his satchel. It looked untouched by centuries, as though it had been waiting for him. Emily whispered, awestruck, "That can't be coincidence. Ethan, it's bound to you." Liora drifted closer, her eyes narrowing. "The Council forged talismans for their chosen, a weapon, a bond, a burden. This sword is no mere relic. It is your talisman. It will answer only to you." Ethan stepped forward, reaching hesitantly. The moment his fingers touched the hilt, a surge of energy shot through him. His vision blurred. The room dissolved into light. He saw the council chamber as it once was, alive, filled with robed figures chanting. At the centre stood Kravos, his hand outstretched, his eyes blazing with ambition. "Power is wasted when caged. I will not bow to the old ways." His voice echoed with both conviction and hunger. The vision shifted. Ethan saw students fleeing, walls collapsing, spells tearing the sky apart. In the chaos, the sword glowed, clutched by a young warrior who tried to resist Kravos but fell, his body vanishing into flame. The vision snapped away. Ethan gasped, the sword now heavy in his hands. It's part of me," he whispered, "like it's been waiting." But even as he spoke, the runes on the floor flared red. The silver circle twisted, cracking. Liora's face darkened. Of course, every talisman carries a price. Kravos cursed them all. If your sword is drawn from its sheath and cast away, it will consume your strength, drain your life until nothing remains. Emily's eyes widened. "So it's not just a weapon. It's his chain on you." Before Ethan could respond, the air around them shuddered. From the walls seeped more shadows, these ones jagged and shrieking, drawn to the power of the sword. Their claws scraped the stone, their mouths opening in silent screams. Ethan gripped the blade, its glow pulsing with his heartbeat. He swung once, and the nearest shadow dissolved with a hiss. For the first time, he felt strength, not fear. But with each strike, he felt a tug inside him, as if the sword was drinking from his spirit. Emily cried out, dodging a clawed hand. "Ethan, it's taking too much. You'll burn yourself out." He gritted his teeth, slashing through another spectre. "Then we finish this quickly!" Leora's voice rose above the chaos. "The sword is a key as well as a weapon. Strike the runes on the floor. Break the circle." Ethan darted forward, shadows clawing at his back. He brought the sword down with all his strength. The silver runes shattered, exploding in light. The shadows shrieked and disintegrated, leaving only silence. Panting, Ethan dropped to one knee, the sword heavy in his hand. His chest burned, his limbs trembling. He looked at the blade with both awe and dread. "It saved us, but it nearly killed me." Liora hovered closer, her face grave. "That is the curse. The sword is both your strength and your doom. Guard it well, because Kravos will seek it, and if he takes it, he will claim not just your life, but the power of all who came before you." Emily knelt beside Ethan, her hand resting lightly on his shoulder. "Then we'll make sure he never does." For a moment, the silence was almost comforting. But then, from deep within the archives, a distant tolling echoed, like a bell ringing from the depths of the earth. Leora's glow dimmed. "He knows!" He felt the sword awaken. Kravos is watching Ethan clenched the hilt tighter, his resolve hardening. Good. Let him watch. But as the bell's echo faded, the walls of the chamber cracked, and from the fissures seeped a black mist, denser, darker than any before. And in the mist, faint whispers rose, speaking his name. The whispers grew clearer, chanting Ethan's name over and over until it filled the chamber. Emily's voice trembled as she whispered, "He's calling you."